right, next we got social experiment. One of my most fascinated with types here. Fortitude, bonding, and existential. This is also like triple yang
And
energy.
that's
So
trifix wise.
the 468.
Ah, okay. That's a big problem right there.
Yeah, I actually made a video about this, but they're literally doing social experiments
Right.
to
Uh-huh.
people. I mean, anything you can think of, even that new show that's out with that Nathan fucking idiot guy, what's his name? Fieldman.
Can't think of that one.
Well, there's so many, like any sort of like prank
Oh.
shows where people are doing all of that as social experiment
Mhm.
and what's her face? She did the experiment where people would just like stab her
Oh
with
yeah.
stuff.
Abramovich,
Yeah,
Maria.
Abramovich, she's
Yeah.
another one of these. She's SPI version, but
Yeah.
um yeah, it's basically just like I'm going to create an interesting experience for
hmm
myself no matter what. Like they're the weirdest bonding type because sometimes it seems like they're just psychopathic. Like even worse than rags to riches. These feel more almost like they have to be entertained by people other people's reactions. So you think of
hmm
468 as being triple
Right.
reactive. This type is like it's taking reactions of people and being
Sure.
entertained and intrigued by that. That's the worship object. So they're almost trying to like get things to be socially deviant so that they can understand what's
Well,
happening.
it's got that thing that we say about the reactive types, which is provoking in order to find out what's really true underneath
hmm
about a person or a situation or something like that, and you don't you don't trust that you've gotten to truth until you've seen the negative.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Like, have you seen the Squid Game or
I've
whatever?
seen a little bit of it. Yeah.
Yeah,
hmm
that's a good example of this. Just like throwing people in a big game where they have to kill each other to
Well, yeah.
survive,
Is it like
and then there's people watching.
Fear Factor? Yeah.
Yeah. hmm Or the lottery, if you've ever heard of that, the movie
I
or
haven't
the
seen
the
that.
book, The
No,
Lottery,
don't know that one.
where this town gets together every year and they decide to sacrifice one person
Uh,
to the gods or whatever, and then everybody gets to stone them to death. So yeah, that's it's in a game show, but
sure.
it turns it into a game show, right?
Huh.
Like
Yeah.
even that Katniss movie,
Sure.
whatever
Yeah.
the hell that is, that's another good
Yeah. So
example.
that author might have been that Hunger Games. Yeah.
Yes, yeah, more than
Okay.
likely, probably
That's
the
interesting.
SIP, probably SIP version, so the regular
That
stacking
really
of
is
it.
an identifiable kind of, I don't know, theme genre kind of thing. That
Trope.
whole thing. That's
Yes.
interesting.
Yeah, I did a whole video on that one just because it started to become obvious to me once I was seeing it
hmm
everywhere. Next one's Dazzling Kamikaze. No, no, no. We are,
Rubberneck.
no, Rubberneck Trainwreck.
Uh huh.
So,
Yes. That's the
yeah, it
technical
was,
name. Whatever it is.
yes. Of course, the seven
Yeah.
named all these. This is just your absolute fuck around of a person. Like, they're full immersion. So their high is just constantly being immersed in
Uh
whatever's
huh.
happening. Like, don't want to think about the past, don't want to think about the future, what's happening right now in front of me.
Trifix overlap.
258. It's like the only thing that exists is this train wreck around me, and I gotta get some high off of. I can either get like meaning out of this, or it can affect me in some way, or I can move it in a certain way. But it's always about that exact moment in time.
What's the correlate? What's the 147 correlate?
That would be delayed response unit, self management. Yeah, it's down there. Self management, bonding,
Oh,
and
interesting. You know what's coming up
mhm.
for me there is that those are almost shadows of each other as far as shadows of the object
Yeah,
relations.
yeah, they are.
That's wild.
hmm They absolutely are. Yeah, because delayed response unit is like you'll listen to them talk and they don't know how to be here in reality. They don't know how to be in the moment at all. Everything is an ideal that they're dreaming up of. So in some ways they're a fantasy
Sure.
type similar to Pixelated, but it takes it one step further because self-management is like there's a perfect body, there's a perfect way to be, there's a perfect sculpture that I can be. There's a so Ariana Grande is a good example.
Of
You
which
know
one
how she
again?
just of delayed response unit, the bottom one, self 147.
So say more about like how is that her? Uh,
So she's yeah, if you listen to her in interviews or she becomes these roles and then she like
oh,
emaciates herself to this tiny little, skinny thing to be the perfect role and to live out this perfect fantasy and it's all done for a very hyper specific ideal reason. Like
yeah,
when you listen to her talk, she talks about everything is a memory.
yeah,
She's always just like, I was 10 when I did this, and I was 14 and my parents and blah, blah, blah. And then I had this boyfriend when I was,
yeah.
it's all about this specific memory that she's always trying to recreate somehow.
Wow.
So yeah, again, they just delayed response unit.
Yeah.
It's like a heartbeat that's
So,
off.
oh yeah, that's wild. So then going back to Rubberneck Trainwreck.
Yeah, they're almost like, think of Fiona Apple. She's a good example. Or no, yeah, is that her
Yep.
last name? Fiona Apple. She's a good example of Rubberneck Trainwreck. Just like the only thing that matters is what's in front of her in any moment, and her art is just a goddamn mess that
Yeah.
somehow works out. Like everything is wrong,
Yes.
but somehow it works out in the end, and it's just because she's in whatever moment by moment that's happening. This is the best moment. Now this is the best moment, and then you just put all those moments together and that creates her art. And then afterwards, she's like, I don't fucking know what I did. Okay, you guys seem to like it. All right, I'm gonna leave for 10 years, and then I'll come
Yeah.
back and drop another.
Maybe you've already said this, but it's almost like the whatever the gut center correlate overlap in the overlap is sort of the in some ways rules things maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Triple immersion. Yeah. I'm trying to think of another person. Oh, Rob Zombie. He would be another good
Rubberneck.
example.
Yeah.
Yes. Yep. Just fuck around. Like he made that one movie that it made no sense, but it was still artistic in a way. Like the way that he put it together, it's all about the movement and how the scene is affecting you right in that moment. New York, I think you
Oh
guys
yeah.
typed her. That yeah, she's also this.
Yeah.
A lot of people think she's an 8 just
Sure.
because of how, and that's fortitude. Just being fortitude, like fucking around with anything and everything. On top of being a 7-wing 8, that
Yeah.
helps. All right, next we got Dazzling Kamikaze. This is a triple hexad type, so fortitude, bonding, and unknown.
And
This would be 478. So
that
literal.
was a mess.
Yeah, this is also a mess, but the best way I can describe this type is like somebody who like wants to incorporate a bomb into themselves.
Yeah.
Like, how can I take this bomb, this thing that could blow up and cause chaos? How
That's
could I
right.
like,
I love that.
man, how could I pull that into my body? And then they're walking around like a suicide
Yeah.
bomber, just ready to explode. And they want to embody that energy of how can I just explode at any
Or
moment?
be on the edge like that.
Always on the edge, yes, on the edge of actual destruction, and they don't mind going over the edge either. So they don't mind actually doing the blow up.
Yeah.
So yeah, really interesting type. I haven't found a lot of them. Obviously, Joseph, he's an SIP version of this, but
That's wild.
yeah. Let's see. Next is Astral Succubus, Fortitude, Alchemy, Unknown. This is kind of similar to Soul Harvester, but it takes it up into the atmosphere because it's UN or unknown. So it's like very spiritual, the spiritual version of this. Like, our bodies can become one. We can completely destroy each other, but that's what connects us together through time.
What's the
So they have
prefix?
that unknown 278.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Yeah. What is it? Something jazz hands that gets at succubus energy. Smothering jazz
Yes.
hand. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Anytime fortitude's in there, it has that feeding off of
Uh-huh.
other people, not really other people, just feeding off of energy in
Mm-hmm.
that moment. Yeah. So alchemy and unknown, again, that takes it into the sky. That's the apotheosis stem,
Okay.
AYUN. So it's like got to hit the top, but then fortitude is
Yeah.
destructive and like I got to eat that energy. I have to consume that energy. So it's like we go
Huh.
out into we go out into the air and then we consume
Uh-huh.
that. So yeah, it's like again the succubus just flying around
Yeah.
like sucking off people's energy.
Yeah.
And then final type is for fortitude bonding self-significance, which would be like 458,
Uh,
and that's Domination
uh,
Station. So again, I haven't found a lot of these types because they're triple
sure.
hexad, so it's
Yeah.
hard to, but from what I can tell, this is like your story is my story. Like you don't have a story.
Oh.
This is all
It's
my
like
story because
extreme
bonding,
solipsism. Like
yes,
like the
very much
world,
so.
the universe was made for me. Like I'm the
Yes.
only actual thing. Yeah.
Yep. Yep. Like, oh, we might be together, but this bond, it's for me. I created
Uh-huh.
it and I'm going to
Yeah.
consume it.
Yeah.
So again, it doesn't take it out into space like with the
Mhm.
last type. It's down here. I created
Yep.
that, so that's mine. So it's really is about domination. Yeah, think of like what's his name from Tool,
Uh-huh.
Maynard. Yeah, he's a good example of this. Or even like Billie Eilish was a
Oh, uh-huh.
surprising one.
Interesting.
She's the SPI version of this,
Mhm.
but yeah, if you do look at her art and how she is, there is something that's
Yeah.
I'm in control of
Yeah.
our bond, and anything can happen, and guess what? I'm still in control.
And
It's an interesting
yeah, and
energy.
it's kind of well, I'm totally jumping into as if I already know the whole thing, but like uh my sense of it is it's not per se dominating exactly wanting to have power over people, but it just is almost incidentally like that's the perspective that the person is coming from is that you are in my world or my universe, and so they're just speaking and expressing from that perspective. Is that what I
Yes,
say? It's not like I
absolutely.
want to
Yeah, it's
control people, but it
no.
can have that effect because it's sort of almost like law of attraction. That's the mindset, so
Yes.
it's happening. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what I say about the expanded instincts is like it's an energy that you adopt for yourself. It's something outside of you that you have pulled.
Uh,
You're pulling that energy into you and embodying that
mhm.
energy. You're not, nothing is telling you you have to be this way. You're actually choosing, you're like, that's actually feels good to do that, so I'll adopt it for myself. And that's what people do. So it's not, again, they're not trying to dominate people. There's nothing in their
Yeah.
ego telling them, you have to dominate or you're going to die. They're literally just like, ooh, that energy of domination, that feels good to adopt that.
These are like specific, very specific signatures and uh, that have energetic signatures that have specific laws of physics to them, and people are naturally tuned to them, and so when they catch a glimpse of it or the scent of it, they can incorporate it or something. Oh,
Yes. Yeah, that's perfect. Yeah.
huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
Should
good.
we flick through these last ones quick?
Yeah. All right. Self-management, community, existential. This is double middle type here with the hexad, and
Hmm.
that's NPC Theatre Kid. So these are your people that want to be perfect, right? They want to look perfect. They love that perfect scene. They're embodying the energy of the perfect vision, the perfect scene, the perfect stage for everybody to see.
This is
And
which
it,
overlap
it
trifix?
three one
Yeah,
three
yeah.
six. Yeah. So self-management brings in a different energy. It's like I'm building something in my body. I'm trying to become more perfect or more
Mm.
I'm trying to reverse aging
Yeah.
almost. Like I have some specific aesthetic that I love. I'm trying to embody that energy. So then they're trying to do that for the world with community existentialism.
Well, it's Karen 136, right?
Yes.
They're going to adjust the world. I need to see the manager. Whoever manages the world, I know the way, the perfect way, the one way that you should be serving, that everybody should be serving coffee at Starbucks. Well,
Yes. Yeah, and there are some surprising people who have this, like Elton John and Michael
that's
Jackson
interesting.
both have this.
There's a way I can
Yes.
get that. Yeah.
Or even like Coldplay or
The head guy, Chris Martin. Yeah.
yeah, the lead guy. And The Weeknd, he also has this. Yeah, so there is Sabrina Carpenter. Yeah, there's like formidableness, really, kind of like social self-pres with that self-management in there. Like formidable person. I have this perfect body, this perfect scene, and everybody can see me. I'm up here, right? And we all know the meaning of it.
Yeah. Well, it's got the hard work resilience of the 3-6, doing the overlaps, and it's got the certainty about having the right way, and it's pragmatic. It's there's a way that it's just not, well, it's sober in a certain way. So there's strength in that. Does that make sense? Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, that's perfect. All right, Kiss the Ring is next. This is 135 overlap. This is like Kanye West.
Oh, okay. Right.
Yeah. This is it's just straight up king energy. This is somebody who embodies I must grow into the king. So everything is about perfection. Everything is about becoming better for yourself and trying to reach that ideal, and it's all about aligning your whole world to be better and better and to keep improving and growing. So everything they do is about improvement. It can almost look like Enneagram 3 if you're not careful. Yeah, and it's even worse when they are a 3, because then they just really look like 3s.
Sure.
I find them a lot in like sports and the top sports people. Like so many of like Novak Djokovic, Roger Federer, the tennis players. Like
the triple competency thing means you're going to get somebody that does drills, fucking 8 hours a day. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Because they're triple aligning, and aligning is this concept that like you have you and you have the goalpost, and where's the energy at that fills you? Is it you moving away from the goalpost? Is it you moving the actual goalpost? Or is it you doing both all the time? And aligning is moving yourself, moving the goalpost, moving yourself, goalpost, and just you keep doing that, and that's the high. So they just do that for their whole lives.
Yeah. Well,
and that's why they come off like kings.
Yeah. Well, it's like a line, a line. It's like, what is it? Unnaturally become straightening into something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yes.
And it's got the verticality, sort of I don't know, one type one or the symbolic one of, an impossible perfected straightness that's unnatural.
Yeah, that's
which
good.
Is yeah.
That's good. Yeah, they spend a lot of time doing the drill because they're trying to flatten all
the imperfections.
Hills. So they're drilling.
The curvy imperfections.
Yeah, they're hammering, they're drilling, they're straightening, they're doing everything they can to flatten that out. And then once they have that horizontal line, that's when they do the king thing, and they turn the line.
That's good. I like that. So first that's the it's not a presumed kingness. It's, first I need to down here on the ground, the horizontal, which is the basics, which is almost the humble piece, right? It's flat, and then you're going to raise it up.
Yeah. Yeah, and they still got community in there. And something interesting about community is it's quite warm. So there is still an awareness of what other people are up to and being concerned about it. So that is kind of the horizontalness. Yeah. Okay, next is our 137s, which is spiritual fuckboy.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah. This is another type that's kind of rare. I haven't found a lot of them, but the ones I have found, this is like your perfect Instagram model, like the ones that everything is perfect and in place and like
Yeah.
perfect angle, perfect body proportions. They just came home from
Yeah,
Madrid
right.
and this is that type, and they've always got something spiritual to say about their proclivities, like
So what's this on Trifix overlap?
137.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, these are my brethren.
Right.
They're flirty, right? They still got community in there, so there's a lot of flirty nature with other people and warmness and intrigue. But self-management and unknown, that's double memorializing. So it's like statues that are so extravagant that it like blinds you in a way. Even somebody like Nelly Furtado, if you know who she is.
Oh, that's funny.
That's another spiritual fuckboy where she's like hot and she's got a huge ass and everybody, she's shaking it. She's talking about whatever, all of the guys that want me. And then you'll get a bunch of music and a bunch of stuff that's extremely spiritual and like deep. And you see the unknown instinct come out and you're just like, damn, pick one. Like, do you want to be like the most fuckable person on earth, or do you want to be like a spiritual guru? And they won't pick. So it's interesting to see that. Like Ricky Martin would be another good example.
I can see that. Huh.
Yeah. Or Kylie Minogue,
Yep.
if you know. Yeah, just this like super hot, but also weird. There's something weird and off about them that you can't pinpoint.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. We're back,
All
and
right.
we are looking at going through your list of
Expanded instinct archetypes.
expanded instincts, the nicknames and shit, and
Yeah, the archetypes. Yeah. Okay. Next one on our list here is Doppelgänger. So we're in the self-management area of the survival center. And this one's interesting because it's triple exchanging. So exchanging is like there has to be a middleman for this instinct to get a high or to reach a high. So that's why it is kind of like your doppelganger. There's always this other side of you or this other like evil entity out there in the world, and you're always trying to do something in between you and the other part of you. So that all three of these types have to exchange some sort of energy to get the high. So self-management, again, it's exchanging literal physical things. I'm upgrading my body. I'm becoming more beautiful. I'm going to live forever. I'm going to look like, the perfect statue, whatever. Alchemy is I'm exchanging energy with other people in the sexual realm or just in the interpersonal realm. And then existential is we're exchanging purpose. So all three of those coming together is like, where does the good energy lie between me and other things and exchanging out information?
Yeah, good, and those are they overlap the three superego types.
Yeah,
So,
1, 2, 6.
1, 2, 6. Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
it's like good versus evil.
Yeah, and it's doing good, being good.
Yeah, and looking perfect.
It's good relative to and with or towards others, right? So it's got an other piece automatically. Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, it's it's got existential in there too, which aligns with 6. So it is the instinct of looking at the greater purpose. What's between life and death? How do you discuss it with others? What's other people's version of life and death? So it's real interested in that, especially when it has self-management and alchemy. But again, those two types, it brings it into like the heaven realm, right? Because that's 1 and 2. It's also where sexual, social, and social self-pres are. So it's a lot of...
Here's another angle too is, my sundial thing where...
Yes.
So 6 is, right when everything's going into, at the edge when everything's going to go into darkness. So that correlates with, what were you saying about life and death, existential?
Yes, existentialism. Yep.
Yeah.
And it's the exchange. It's the exchange between the underworld and the overworld.
Oh, well, there it is.
Yes. Absolutely. And then it's trying to like shoot it into, you know, into self-management and alchemy. It's like shooting
Yeah, yeah.
outward into the sky,
Just
and
yeah,
it's the heaven realm. So it's a lot of
yeah.
like just utmost beauty. Like people I've typed with this archetype will just be like, I want to be the hottest person I could possibly be for somebody else. It's
Interesting.
very just
Right.
perfection in that, and they love that, right? They're constantly trying to upgrade their lifestyle, upgrade their beauty, how attractive they are, upgrade
Is it
their ideas.
is it is it physical-ish? I mean, you're
Yes.
mentioning upgrade
Yeah.
lifestyle and,
That's the
beauty and so
self-management
forth.
piece.
Right. So
Yeah,
that fits with six overlapping self-pres in a way.
absolutely.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep. Yeah, and it's some of think of like Pharrell Williams, he would be this archetype. He's got that like pretty boy, I want to every girl worships me, type of thing, but it's
Yeah.
very it's all encompassing. It's anyone can worship me because of my beauty. It's not like if unknown was involved, they wouldn't want to know. It would be more of a surprise or a shock. That's the hook. Where with
Oh, okay.
existentialism, it's like existential does want to know what's your purpose because here's mine. So it's
Ah,
takes that beauty of self-management and alchemy and it brings it into
well,
a more wide sweeping net.
and six is so much about the need to know. I need to know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I need to know, like
I
if you
can't.
watch any of
Yeah.
Pharrell's if you watch any of his music videos, it's all about just like wanting to be seen by the other person and knowing
Yeah.
that the doppelganger, right? That there is another side that's looking back at you, and it's whatever your shadow or your the light part of
Right.
you, whatever. So it's really interesting,
Huh.
and they will mirror you in a way, kind of like how sixes do, and then do the opposite of what you're doing, and then mirror you, and that's kind of their fun
Ah,
game. That gives them the
wow.
energy. That's their
That's pretty
boost.
amazing how many things it's pinging with all.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's really bizarre when you put that on like a Bermuda, because you're just like, what the hell
Yeah.
are you doing?
Yeah. Yeah. That causes a lot of confusion.
Oh
I'm sure
yes.
with people, just typing people.
Yes.
All the bad typers out there are gonna, especially. Yeah.
Yeah. Or like Kate Bush is another example of this archetype.
Yep. Yep. I can see that. Yeah.
Yep.
That's interesting. So
Hmm.
the wanting to be seen is a piece of it. So like, what's the like contrast that with the what is it, the unknown? I mean, why does
Yeah.
that
So
not? It, because it wants
so
surprise and
unknown.
newness or something? Or
Well, the wanting to be seen part, or it's not that the other archetype doesn't. It's that this one, it's about the purpose realm, wanting to be
Hmm.
seen or wanting to share the idea information. Like
Have it be clear.
what? Yeah, what is your purpose? Let's compare and contrast our purpose with one another. Where unknown isn't doing that. Unknown is like throw me into a new place where there's purpose that can just smack me in the face, like it's a
Yeah.
aha moment. Existential doesn't want that. So that's why they're so aware of the other. It's that six awareness of contrast
Mm-hmm.
and similarity, very similar to that.
Hmm.
Where unknown would be, it's more about the experience. You know how seven is always like trying to just have experiences. It isn't about the people, or what do you say? You say
Yeah.
sevens are trying to turn people into experiences or something
Right.
like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of like how unknown is. They're not seeing the compare and contrasting between people. It's much more, you know.
Contrast is a good word. I'm thinking of that six being on the edge of night and day, and
Hmm.
the dark and light of that, and visual contrast is what has you able to see things, clearly, right? You can see
Yes.
outlines and edges and
Yeah.
depth and so forth, and so that's interesting. Six
Right.
as contrasting, as opposed to
Yes.
just, you know, um, whatever, opposing, needing to go against, but
Yes.
but contrast in the sense of, well, that it's necessary,
Yeah.
to see reality or whatever or something.
Right.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
six
and
is
then
so
you
good for
bring
something.
that. Yeah, you bring that um, into the purpose realm. So it's like I want to know the outline of it or how it looks. I want to contrast it from the background so I know what its purpose is. That's the existentialism.
And that whole area, just talking about your system, where the head center is, that's purpose.
Mm-hmm.
Is that right?
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
all
yeah.
the purpose realm. Yep.
Right.
Yep. So it's like why, asking why behind everything. How did this get here? Why did it get here? And getting off to that information or
Yeah.
the chasing of that information.
Right. Right. It's head center-ish. It's
Mm-hmm. Next one is Otherworldly Communion. That's going to be self-management, bonding, existentialism, which would be 1-4-6 overlap.
okay.
So this one, originally I wanted to call it like Galaxy Realtor or something like that. But yeah, I found
Yeah.
but I found there's something about communion, like having a moment that's perfect, since they do have double memorializing types with self-management and bonding, which would be 1 and 4. There has to be like a perfect moment, and it has to expand the universe because it's existential. So it is about life and death. So again, that's communion. That's literally about, death and shedding the blood and all of that. But we're taking it to another world because it's got to be ideal. It's got to be the best. It has to be perfect with self-management and bonding. So again, the bonding instinct it's all about kind of that 4-ish, like I'm the only one that knows the bond here. I'm the only one that can give meaning to this. Nobody else gets it. I'm the one that's in control of it. And then self-management is taking it to that beautiful place. So it again, otherworldly fits perfect with that. And
Yeah.
Go
I'm
ahead.
thinking about, I'm just trying to make everything connect with everything, but like 1-4-6 trifix, and it's a terrible trifix. They're big pain in the ass. And like, but I could frame that as just because it's triple critical, and so there, you could say that the underlying pain of the big pain is that they're not experiencing the deep communion that is at peace and isn't filled with judgment, or doesn't imagine judgment everywhere or something like that. I don't know if
That's
that's a
really
stretch.
No, that's perfect. You're looking at the underside of it. Yeah, you're looking at the ego part of it. It has to be perfect. It has to be
Yeah.
perfect communion. If it's not, if one cracker is misplaced in the communion, like it's
Yeah.
it's all bloodshed. It's all over now. So the positive side of this, the instinctual side of this would be like just always looking for these moments of pure clarity in the universe. So universal clarity. That's why, again, I wanted to call it the realtor of the universe, because it's almost like they're traveling to distant places and they're saying,
To find.
nope. Yeah, they're like, okay, this one isn't good, but this one over here is almost perfect. I've almost got this perfect place with the.
So it's like
perfect.
Goldilocks in the extreme in a way.
Yes, absolutely.
So so that gets at the triple critical, triple judgmental, because you're going to have to. Well, you're not going to be satisfied no matter where you go. You need the whole universe, because you're triple critical.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. And like some people would think, well, maybe again, this is where it can get confusing with unknown instinct, and we'll go over that one in a minute, but people might think that one is more critical, like the 147 overlay.
Okay.
But it's not, because again, unknown likes the surprise. It kind of wants the surprise. It doesn't want to know what is actually all out there, where existential, they are getting off on knowing what all is out there and why it got there, how it got there.
Yeah.
Really looking at the underlying reason of why. Think of like Lana Del Rey. She's a good example of this.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, it's like this picture perfect moment with a partner, and there's a story and a background, and it's life or death. We're in it's this.
And it is kind of like, what is it? Physicalized. It's place. Her stuff is there's a placeness to it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And it's everything, it's almost like everything is planted in each scene that she does, or even when she's in an interview, it's like everything is just planted in the perfect spot for the perfect reason. Yeah, and she just pulls you into it. There's a lot of perfectionism involved. Even if things are ugly, again, that self-management, it can turn, it just has this way of turning ugly into something raw and interesting and real and beautiful. And yeah, they have a knack for it.
Well, that's interesting in the context of social self-pres and one, just like social self-pres being, social, in one context, higher order, higher beauty, and self-pres is the clay, it's the thing you're molding from a conceptual sense of higher order, beauty, etc.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, and yeah, for some reason I get the imagery of like washing away, I don't know, washing away grime, washing away muck. It's like the whole experience of it is that self-management,
Well,
like beautifying something. So the ugly is still a part of it. It's just, the act of removing it is the beauty.
well, taking it to, I'll try not to dip into the inappropriate, but like social self-pres, I'm kind of kidding, but social self-pres is, can go into the space of, breeding and pedigree and perhaps the, what is it? Social, I won't use the word that starts with G because people don't like it for some reason. Social, what is it? There's another term for it. Anyway, genocide. I'll say it. That word. Yeah, it's like social something cleansing. I can't remember. Ethnic cleansing. There's the word. Yeah, which is that's a lot worse than genocide to me. This concept. But anyway, it's like, and because it's got social, it's like judging that those people are the dirt or whatever, or are the impure, spiritually or something like that.
Yeah, and I think that's a big part of like 146 and also this archetype is you're going out, you're finding the new place, you're finding the new whatever galaxy, whatever thing you find, new relationship, and then you're not only doing that, but you're also looking back at what you left behind, and you're saying, okay, that's the shit thing over there.
Right.
Yeah, it's interesting not to talk about Lana Del Rey, but like one of her music videos that she did, it was kind of controversial back in the day, was reenacting the JFK scene, the assassination scene, and talking kind of like redoing Jackie's life, his wife, widow, and then she's just like redoing the whole scene in her own way and then making it her own, and gets with
that remaking Jackie's life or whatever is also playing with, it's almost puppeteering.
Yes.
The physical or something.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. It's the effortless violence. You wouldn't expect that with self-management.
There you go. Right.
They can do it, especially when they have existential. That, again, life or death. So you are going to see a lot of this violent stuff with existential. It's just beautified through self-management.
Right. And you would say that, like, out of 5, 6, and 7, 6 is the fighter. Right? Battler.
Yep.
Anyway.
Definitely.
Yeah.
All right, next one is self-management, alchemy, and self-significance. Tesla Sexbot. One of my favorite archetypes.
That was one we had considered for me, right?
Yeah. It was, one of the sex ones. Sex Vortex or this one.
I am offended by all of this.
How dare
associations. Yeah.
So this one, we talked about it last time, the Sex Vortex. What makes this one a little different from that is it's not sensual like you see with Sex Vortex because you don't have security. Again, we're moving to self-management. It's beauty, perfection. It brings it up a level, but we've still got alchemy and self-significance, which is like a pit of sexual energy. It's like it really is. It's this like, I don't know, like dark den of sexuality, and then self-management is trying to bring that up. So there's like a mismatch in energy with this archetype, and it can like feel robotic because they're trying to make something that's so like just in the moment, like just
Wait, what's the
raw
robotic?
urges and what it means to be in the moment, and they're
So the
trying
robotic
to,
is the self-management?
yeah, the self-management
Yeah.
brings it
Okay.
robotic. I mean, self-significance can be a little robotic as well because it is a neutral type along with community, but in this case, when you have self-significance and alchemy together, that's double immersion. So you're not going to mistake it. Like when you see that energy in somebody, it doesn't look robotic. It's the self-management
Yeah.
that takes it. Yeah,
Yep.
because self-management is trying to make directed moves that look a certain way. Where these other two are just like, you have to be there to get it. You just throw
Yeah.
yourself into it.
That's interesting. That's interesting to me from the level of correlating it with the trifix stem 2-5. And I don't know how much we talked about it when it popped up on some of these other ones in the last episode where we did this, but there's that, well, like the 952 thing in a lot of psychologists and is there's a certain capacity to go deep and personal and immersed and well, it almost it's on the edge of going too far or something like that.
Yes. There is no limitation with this. When you have, like we talked about, when you have triple immersion, that's like fortitude, they're like a fucking train wreck.
Yeah.
And they just won't stop. They'll just keep, their whole lives are like that. This one is, tries to make it beautiful, but it still is just a mess. Like that alchemy, self-significance. It's like, go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, it's just hitting me also in the Bhava Chakra associations, 2-5, that's heaven and hell. So that's, well, what did you say about it can go anywhere, or what is too far, or
like no limit.
no
There's
limits.
No
There you go.
limitation.
Yeah,
in
so,
the moment.
Like heaven and hell, I don't know, like heaven could keep going into higher and higher heavens, and hell can keep going into
it's eternal.
lower and
Both
lower
are
hells.
eternal.
There you go.
Yeah,
That's
like
good.
hell,
Okay.
eternal
It's
damnation,
getting
and
towards
heaven is eternal
infinitude.
life.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, you think about it in the contra way, right? Sexual, social, and self-pres sexual. It's like, constantly breaking through a new wall, new conundrum, a new paradigm. Yeah, and this is the same thing. It's just, it's an energy that you adopt that kind of gets you off. So it's like suddenly these people just turn on, and you're like, see how I'm using this robotic language? They just turn on and then they turn off. It's this self-management is like, it's time to do the thing, and then they just get themselves involved. So, like FKA Twigs is a good example of this.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Right.
A lot of her themes
also-
are they just go so far into one extremity, and she pulls out I don't even know how to describe it. Like,
And it does have a robot execution to it.
Yes, that's the self-management.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's that social self-pres 1 overlay of like,
Yeah.
what is happening here? It's almost like, I don't know, like socially unaware in a way.
I'm also staying stuck on the 2-5. One thing that's interesting to me is, like, I don't know, in the context of a 9 who's a 952 versus my trifix 974, they're mirror, what do you call it? They're mirrors of each other on the symbol. And so there's something that's, well, like you described, a piece of what you were saying there was about what I'm calling 2-5 in this instance is a kind of self-involvement and self-indulgence or something. I don't know if that's the way to say it, but think about, so then on 7 and 4, that's a radically self-involved, but in a wildly different way. It's really interesting. So like 9, we've run into some 9-5-2s somewhere that I won't say, but where that, and it's, well, like 9-7-4 is supposed to be, or whatever, anybody with that combo is whatever, the most strange, hard to decipher and so forth. But 9-5-2, 2-5-9, there's a weirdness that they have that's eccentric and idiosyncratic in a very equal way.
Yes,
equal degree.
I 100% agree. Yeah, it's like manic, pixie, spiritual 9-7-4. I don't know. These are the words that come to my mind.
Yeah.
Crazy, creative, artistic in a way, and in a way that, psychedelic. And then 9-2-5 is like alien world that makes no sense and fucks with your perception of time and reality or something like that.
And it wants to get inside you.
Yes. Yes. You get it. Yeah. Tesla Sexbot.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Tesla Sexbot, Sex Vortex. It's all about going inside, sucking you in, right?
That's disturbing.
Becoming part of your programming is what this archetype wants to do. They're almost, in a way they are trying to like align up with your like what dial you're set on. They're trying to figure out what what number you have your dial set on, and they're trying to kind of go there with you so they could see what's inside. So this would be like the 1-2-5.
Yeah. There you go. All right.
Next we've got self-management, bonding, and unknown. This is triple
response unit. Is that
delayed response unit. So this is triple memorializing. These people live in memories.
What's memorializing? I mean, like what makes something memorializing in the system, or
in the system. So this is the way that you prefer to perceive reality, and they prefer to perceive reality through memories. So it's an absolute obsession with memories in their lives, like perfect moments or moments that they idealized, or a time where they felt something new with the unknown, felt a new purpose in life, and felt called to something, and they're just so stuck in that. That's why it's called delayed response unit, because they're not here with us. They're living in the past. They're living so far in the past that it's just like every moment in the present is compared to something that's happened in the past, and they're trying to get that ideal hit again. They're trying to relive the perfect moment. So a lot of it is just like, no, that right here, right now, this isn't, think of 147. It's like, no, everything's wrong here in the moment because I'm trying to get that perfect ideal. This is similar to that.
Does it have necessarily a lament to it about the past, the present not matching the past? Okay. No.
Yes. Yeah, it's almost like, how can I relive the feeling that I felt in that moment, that perfect moment in time?
Okay.
How can I get there? How can I... And they have bonding too, so they will talk about relationships in that way too, like, the whole... what is it, like twin flame type of stuff, the whole like perfect feminine divine masculine, that sort of thing can come up with this type. Just there's a way that something can unlock, like an unknown hidden power within us.
Well, you could say that, like, since it's sort of the equivalent of 147, that it's like looking to once and for all solve the frustration problem and have it done with via they're being something perfect, and the perfect to them might be something that they've retro imagined about the past, actually, or something.
Yeah. They're delusional.
Yeah. Okay.
They are. I love them, but they are a little bit delusional.
Is there like looking at the mirror to that, like what is it?
Like the 258?
Yeah. What's like this one was triple memorializing. What would that 258 be?
Triple immersion. So that's they want to perceive the world as in the moment. Everything is happening moment to moment. They actually shit on memories a lot of times. They're just like, who fucking cares? Mm-hmm. It's a memory, it's gone, I don't care. Like, I want to be here in the moment. Mm-hmm.
Interesting. That's kind of getting at some of the, I don't know, like, well, in doing looking at the overlays, especially for the attachment types, like that 258, I don't know, it's like a good business person for one thing, because they're and leader potentially, because they're dealing more with reality and being willing to cut off what's not working or something,
Absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely. That's why these people can somehow be alive, even though their whole lives are like train wrecks. They make it work. It's like the train wreck is fun. Most people, you go through a hard time in life, you're just like, I never want to fucking do that again. These people are like...
What's that one called? What's the nickname for the...
Rubberneck Trainwreck. Only a 7.
You know what's interesting? Well, it seems, I guess maybe it's happening on all of these. There's like I don't know, an inversion or opposite. And it makes sense that there would be, I don't know, intuitively or whatever. Because in a way, Rubberneck Trainwreck is the opposite of the, in a way, of the amputative energy of rejection.
Yes.
It's like stretched out and a long train that's going, and I don't know, and it's keeping some nonsense because it's a train wreck, and it's not just cutting off. I don't know how to say it. Go.
Yeah, and if you think of like 147, the same is true for that one, because it's delayed response unit. But what 147 do you know that's going to delay a response? They're just,
that's right.
It's everything's a problem at all times.
Yeah.
And I think it is because your ego is the hell that you're running away from, and your instinct is the heaven that you're trying to run towards.
Right.
So these are, two different spectrums of energies that you're using for different purposes.
Right.
Yeah, and then the middle ones are the
they're
always comparing
XCY.
Yeah, they're always comparing and contrasting everything. So they want to perceive reality as a bunch of information that can be compared and contrasted with one another. Yeah. So
does it have like attachment? Does it have some reflex around?
It's called
adaptation?
Distinction. Yeah, distinction triad. So it's distinguishing everything from one another.
Oh, well, that's interesting. That's another one right there, in the sense that you would typically say
with hexad.
That's it. With attachment, right? That attachment has a problem of not distinguishing.
Yes.
and imagining sameness.
Yes.
And similarity or something.
So what I'm finding is, in typing people, this is an interesting side bit, but in typing a lot of Bermudas, is that most of them will have 1 or 2 hexad instincts, which has been shocking. It's like when they're finally allowed to breathe and be themselves, they can do the weird thing, when they feel comfortable and safe and heading towards the heaven realm, whatever. Yeah, so I found that.
Real quick, are you? I mean, and I don't know if your sample set is big enough in your mind to, I don't know, have a sense of it. But are you getting some sense of, I don't know, just which ones or which pieces are, I don't know, common in the population and that kind of thing?
It's triple middle. That's the most common.
Okay.
Yeah, there isn't a lot in typology, which has been surprising. I do come across them, but a lot of people in typology have unknown instinct, even if it's like last. At least the ones that
okay.
are interested in like new shit, which makes sense because that's
There you
what
go.
unknown
Yeah.
is trying to do. So even
First
if they're like,
adapters.
yeah, first step,
Um,
yeah. So
uh,
they're, fun new system, ooh, new thing to think about. I can throw myself into it. A lot of them have UN. But if I had to like average out the types, which I have done, the middle types are the most common, even as fixes.
right.
Yep.
Attachment is everything.
Yep.
Everything in the universe is connected. It's all attached.
Exactly. So let's see, we got 2 left here.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Edges and none.
Yeah, this is my archetype. Self-management, alchemy, unknown.
Okay.
So this is
Edgers
Edgers
Anonymous.
Anonymous. It's just all about the edge, living on the
You
edge.
stand up and tell the group you're an edger.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes, I've come here today just to admit that
Yep.
I am in fact an edger.
You've ruined your life and people around you and your family being an edger.
Yeah. Just constantly being on the edge just wreaked havoc on everything around me. So, let's see, how do I contrast this to the other ones? So obviously it has the sexual connotation just because it has alchemy in it, but it's never wanting to go over the edge, so it's always kind of leading up to the edge, because it still has that perfection of self-management and alchemy, which is again 1 and 2. But unknown wants to be surprised. Unknown doesn't want to jump over the edge like existential. They don't want to see death. Unknown wants to, again, it's like 7. It's like life, more life, more life. I want to keep being surprised by what can exist out there. So it doesn't want to dip into hell. If you fall off the edge, then it's like it stops being stops being in the air, which is where they feel that the most positive energy is.
Air is interesting with the overlaps because 2 and 7 are self-pres blind, so they're off the earth, and then social self-pres of the 2, let's say social stackings, in a way is higher or can go higher or has more something around height, so yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, you have all 3 of the overlaps that are in the air. Yeah, both social doms and then sexual social.
Oh yeah, it's probably irrelevant, but like you add 1, 2, 7, the upper part of the Bhava chakra, it equals 1, and the bottom equals 8. So that gets at 1, good and evil.
Yeah.
Yes. And there's that association with, I don't know, I've been saying it for years, but like 1s know everything that God knows, and 8s know everything that the devil knows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, and that's why this type wouldn't want to fall off of that.
Right.
Yeah,
it's interesting. Well, like, I don't know if this is a stretch too, but like to me, it's a great crime and I don't know, circumstance for a 7 to have 1 and 2 fixes.
Yeah.
And the 7s I've run across just a small 3 or 4 maybe that have that. And I think Jim Carrey, by the way, is that.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, it's sort of like what you're talking about, where it's the 7, wanting the excitement, the edge, the, erotically charged crackle everywhere, but then not doing it in a way with because of the 1-2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're never gonna orgasm, basically.
Right.
You're always gonna be, it's like you can't, like you can't experience that much pleasure. So you have to just get right up to the edge of the pleasure. That's where all the good stuff is.
And you could say, like with the Baba Chakra correlations, 1 and 2, social self-pres and sexual social, are gods and demigods, and to the degree that it makes sense that they're to characterize them as not being in physical bodies, then that's another iteration of not being able to do the edge because you don't even have a body. You're not physically incarnated.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, you're I don't know, just like a star or a sparkle or something.
There you go.
A firework
Yeah, exactly.
or something like that.
Or
yeah.
light itself or something.
That's good too.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
light itself. Yeah, that's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, Edgers Anonymous. All right, the last one. Self-management, bonding, and self-significance. So this would be the 1-4-5 overlay.
4-5. Okay, yeah.
Perfect delusion. And they sure are delusional. Probably worse than like delayed response unit, because bonding is so yang. It's like that 4 energy of, I know the people that I want in my life. I know what they mean to me. And then it's got self-significance, which is, it's kind of like a kingly energy of like, I don't know, they always look royal when I look at them, but
You're talking this combination or just the self-significance piece? Okay, yeah.
self-significance by itself has like a king
Okay.
nature. Always, there's always something royal about their presence. But yeah, in this one in particular, it's like, I'm the king of my interpersonal world. I'm the king of my relationships. And they also have something about like perfect partners or perfect relationships, or like how it looks, how it appears. It's really interesting. It's because self-significance and bonding, again, that's at the bottom. It's 4 and 5. It's also about like it's like the narration of my life, and then self-management is trying to make it look perfect.
Yeah.
So they have some idea of what that looks like, and they're just going to constantly chase that.
So part of the perfect delusion is how hyper subjective it is, for one thing, or idiosyncratic or something.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. It's weird. It's only they have a sense of what it is. And they can just keep, it's triple hexad too. So it's like not comparing and contrasting anyone else's experience to theirs. It's just like, no, this is mine. Like self-significant self-management is like competitive, first of all, because like I have the best answer and nobody else, you know, I'm not going to listen to what other people have to say. And then bonding brings it into the, you know, interpersonal, relational realm.
Well, what you said there about self-management and what is it, self-significance, is kind of like, you know, I've got this other thing called inversions, where I've got 4 and 8 and 1 and 5 and then 2 and 7. They're inversions of each other, and part of the theme on the 1-5 inversion line is omniscience, or you know what I mean. It's very much like I know everything, I know the truth, or something like that.
Yeah.
Does that make sense with your?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, it does. And it's the energy is always really neutral. So that's something interesting I've noticed. It's
that
like,
would fit sort of competency in a way, right?
Yes.
Like reactive types 4-6-8 is negative, 9-7-2 positive, and competency is going for neutral objectivity or something.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep. So it is. It's very neutral, but it's like neutrally telling you what the best thing is, or exploring the best thing. It's that's why it's like kingly. It's competitive.
Okay.
It's hyper competitive, actually. I've even toyed with calling it like the competitive triad, that 135. I would, um,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, it's competitive with relationships. So it's like these people who
Okay.
they just have it planned out. Like, okay, this is the type of husband I'm gonna have. This is the, wife, whatever. This is the family. This is where we're gonna live. This is what we're gonna do. This is how we're gonna look. This is the type of things we're gonna eat. It's like just hyper controlling in a way. It's
Yeah. The people that have.
and it's very rare. I don't see I see this.
Oh, okay.
I've only typed like maybe 5 or 6 people.
Is there a
This
celeb
like,
you can point to?
yeah, there's Shania Twain actually.
Interesting.
Yeah,
I don't
she's-
know. I know. Yeah, I don't know a whole lot about her, but I do remember a little bit about, and I know about her husband. I don't know if he's still her husband, the record producer guy.
yeah.
Lang.
There's also Ronnie Radke, if you know who that is.
I've heard the name.
Okay, and then there's Aaliyah. Obviously, she died years ago.
Don't know her that
Queen
well.
of the Damned actress.
Yeah.
You guys typed that Crazy Seven HRH collection.
The one that is a is a critic or something. I mean, like.
Yeah, she thinks that like mixing different foods is woke or something like that.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, she's
like
got
a
this.
713 or something.
Yeah, she's my
Yeah.
my trifix.
Right.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, she's this just perfect delusion. Everything has to be right.
Oh yeah. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's there's a lot of, well, if you look at 145, there's a lot of like, I don't know, a picture like a needle going on and this is old school, but a needle going at specific spots on a hard drive, sharp and specific, and knows what it, I don't know, is opinionated in an idiosyncratic way or something like that.
Right. Yeah, that's good. That's good. It's just like random.
4 and 5 are the sharpest, the two narrowest, sharpest angles.
Yes.
And that's getting into excluding, right? It's no to most things and only yes to very few, whereas 2 and 7 are the widest open angles, right? And they're
True.
each in their own way are doing an openness to a lot of other possibilities or something.
Yeah. And we could also think of it like sexual self-pres, self-pres sexual, and then social self-pres, like combining those three. Like the sexual self-pres, you're mine, I will consume you.
Yeah.
Self-pres sexual, like only I know the good thing. It's kind of territorial over that, but also cool in a way. And then you throw on the social self-pres, like rules orientation, like here's the law.
Or feeling they have the better, higher, superior.
Yes.
Something.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, the superior. So it's like two social blind, and then you add the social self-pres. So
yeah.
That's why it's just so random. Like the shit that they will judge other people about is so just like I would never think to. No, most people wouldn't, because it's just so not on anyone's radar.
Well, yeah, like as compared to say the one that has the existential in it, which is more because that brings in real world or whatever, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
So you think of, again, like Pharrell, I want to be, a sexy guy. Everybody needs to see me. And then this type is just like, no, I already have my world that I want built, and I'm going to build it. That's my happy place.
I'm thinking of my Trifix booklet and the image for 145, and it's a hard-shelled beetle that has, very sharp, whatever, claws or appendages or whatever. So it's like it's hard-shelled, so it's closed. It's not taking in outer, whatever, opinion impressions, and it's sharp and specific.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, that's good. So there it is. Perfect Delusion, last one.
let's see. Thanks for doing that. You said we got about a half hour. You said you had some amazing revelations more recently that highlight just
Oh,
that
yes.
are further highlights of how brilliant my material is
Yes,
and
yes.
how.
So the big thing is you were talking about how social and sexual are very others
Mhm.
oriented. It's almost always based around people. And that was the big one for me, just realizing how the purpose center actually is oriented
So,
around
can you pull
people.
up a graph?
Yeah, there we go. So yeah, just realizing that the purpose center here, overlining the head center, is it is about people. It has to be about people. It's built around ideas that come from people. So it's like, the self survival center, it is about just objects. You really don't even need people in the picture to even have that relationship to other objects. It can fulfill you without anybody around as long as you have your objects, right? But purpose, like, yeah, you can kind of sit around and wonder why and all that, but it's always going to come from the other or how people are organized or society or grander pictures, grander ideas. So
So,
framing it
yeah.
in that way has made it much easier to see what unknown, self significance, and existential are actually doing because it always comes back to like some sort of
Mm.
information or ideas that humans might need
Okay.
or that came from the human mind or human collective mind or whatever you want to
Hmm.
call it.
Hmm.
So,
And yeah, that needs to be communicated
mhm.
yeah. Huh. So, but so what's the correlation with sexual and social, um,
So sexual
relative
would
to like
be,
my
yeah,
overlaps, or what is it, or what do you, or is it not that?
purpose.
Well, but I
So the
mean, so what do you, yeah. So what is,
yeah, so purpose would be kind of the sexual equivalent, where interpersonal would be the social equivalent. But I have kind of toyed with it being the opposite way as well.
well, so
Um,
you're kind of like taking my basic overlaps triangle and you're turning the dial, right?
yes,
Because,
absolutely.
okay, yeah.
Yeah, because self pres would have to be self survival. I don't see it as
Sure, sure. Yeah,
yeah, I
no, that
don't
makes
see it.
sense.
And then now the question is where does sexual and social go? And I think
Sure.
interpersonal has to be social, right? Because sexual is so
Yeah, that
sexual
makes
is
sense.
kind of the paradigm mover.
Purpose is kind of like my
Oh, I
chemistry.
think I froze for a second. Yeah, I heard what you said. Yeah, the it's like my chemistry. It's like why? Why is this
Hmm.
all here? What caused this to be a thing and how does it end?
That's
That's
purpose. Yeah,
purpose.
right.
It's yeah, that's getting into like the sexual instinct, What how do you spark up life and then when does it end and how do you re-spark it after it ends? This is what
Yeah,
purpose is doing, is thinking
right.
about all this stuff.
Yeah.
So it does kind of align with the sexual instinct in a way, at least
Mm.
in an overlap, way. Yeah, so
Huh.
again, just realizing that has been huge. Like
Right.
that's what unknown is trying to do. Like unknown is trying to spark something up. Existential is trying to get like that juicy answer of what lies between life and
Right.
death. Self-significance is trying to drill so far into something that they reach an explosion or something that, restarts time or whatever.
And you could say, well, I mean, and plenty of people have associated self-pres with the gut center.
Mm-hmm.
It is the body center, right? And there's
Mm-hmm.
certainly a logic to it there, and that applies here. And going with, so to speak, putting the sexual instinct in the head center. I mean, erotic charge is so much about psychology,
Mm-hmm.
and you could say, um, electricity and the mind and the senses and the nervous system and turn on, right? That's
Yes.
electricity, and well, head center in some senses the more correlated, let's say, with the nervous system and electricity because of the
Yeah.
head and the brain
Yeah,
association.
it's like
Yeah.
what makes you finally feel alive. And in order to do that, you got to inject something into you,
Right.
like some new some new information,
Yeah.
some new playing around with a new perspective or something like that. That's get you going.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Or interpersonal, I feel, is more social because it's the connecting between people, like what connects us together. So it's more focusing on the what rather than the how it feels to experience the new
Yeah.
information. So it's more about connections. However, alchemy is in the interpersonal center, which does kind of feel more sexual in a
Right.
way. But it overlaps with sexual social, so that makes sense. But
Yeah.
it is still social construct in my system, just because it's like, how does this other person affect me? You're almost naming the actual feeling that the person's doing to you. So it's kind of,
That's with which thing here?
that's alchemy.
Okay, yeah.
AY, yeah. It's still in the interpersonal center, but it's kind of like moving towards self-survival. So you're still seeing like what somebody does to you energy-wise. So it's leaning that way.
So, okay. So that's another thing. So in what you're doing here, similarly to the Enneagram, the center that it's adjacent to is a thing.
Yes.
And has a logic to it. That's cool.
Yep. And I think that's why, because literally this shit came to me in a dream, not even joking.
Oh, wow.
I think that came from some sort of unconscious comparison with the Enneagram. But the reason I figured that out is because Fortitude kept doing like weird ritualistic things. And I'm like, why? Because I had already typed a bunch of people Fortitude at the beginning. And I'm like, they keep doing this ritual.
Where's Fortitude? What is
It's where 8 is at.
Oh, okay. Oh, right.
And then I realized that they're getting like a little hit of purpose on top of their self-survival. So they're like taking things over, and that's giving them the hit. It's like now the idea of that thing being mine, that's kind of giving me my turn on, So it still is about the object, like that's my land over there, but the idea about it being your land. Yeah.
Yeah. And that makes sense in the context of the overlap of self-pres social and 8 and having their own territory, and in some sense their purpose is that territory and what goes on there or something like that.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And it's got that singular element of purpose as opposed to the multiplicity piece of interpersonal.
That's
what I mean? Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, and if you think of like self-management, which is where 1 is at, it's doing it the other way. So self-management is like, my body is a statue. It's to be shown to other people.
Yeah.
You're comparing. So you're kind of pulling in the interpersonal. Yes. You're pulling in some of that interpersonal. You're making it about like being seen by others or being beautiful compared to other people.
Yep.
Biological perfection is what I call it.
Yeah. Right.
And then security is like the true self-survival, because it's about me and my environment and where I'm located in my environment.
Which one is that?
That's the one in the middle, security, 9.
Say it again. It's what is it?
It's where I'm at in my environment. It's like the true self-survival. It's about me and my things and how
Being
they
in the
affect
now?
me. Yeah. Yep. Being in the here and the now. Yep.
That is an interesting, again, and to me it's pinging, as intuitive corroboration that's an opposite to 9 in some sense. I mean, that's you could say the high side of 9 or something, right? But it's 9 on the average level is decoupling from life force and attempting, so to speak, unconsciously to not exist.
Yes.
And not be here and now.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so forth.
Yeah. Where these people, are doing the exact opposite of that. Like,
And sleep, right? Like that's the
yeah,
opposite too, right?
yes,
Yeah,
yep.
yeah. Huh.
This is awakeness, awareness. What is affecting me? You
Right.
know,
Huh.
where am I located? What I even think of just like the roof on your head. Like you're looking at it. You're seeing what is it made of,
Hmm.
right?
Hmm.
What can I put in here and under it, and what does each one of these things do for me in my body?
Hmm.
Like you're thinking about all this stuff as a mechanism to feel good.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. And then yeah, like where 7 is located, it's also kind of moving towards self-survival, but it's a
yeah.
purpose
Say
type,
that.
so that's unknown. And it's like, okay, yeah, I care about purpose and what things mean, but I want to be surprised by like what happens in the moment.
Oh yeah,
So you're not fully in purpose realm. You're only asking why after something like triggers you that's happened around you, like in your
oh.
space.
Hmm. Hmm.
So it is that surprise factor. It's that the firework that goes off and you're just like, wow, shocked me, and you're really getting something out of that moment, which again is kind of like opposite of 7 in a way, like you were saying, because 7s have a
Sure.
hard time like being in that,
Okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hmm.
seeing the beauty in the here and the
But
now, but unknown is kind of living for that moment. So
then,
yeah, I
is
guess you
this
could.
right that with your system, I mean that you could say unknown is 7, like in the sense of, let's say, if self survival is, the more physical, like 7 wants to have experiences, so it's actual, you know, uh, manifested in experience,
Hmm.
or something like that. Is unknown have that piece? Is that way to say it?
Yeah, it's yeah, it does. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's correct. Yeah, it's like it's almost like I want the experience to shock me.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. There
Yeah.
you
So again, you're seeing the opposite side of 7, or the two
go.
heaven
but
and hell sides of
but it's
7.
also but it's also like the social sexual overlap of 7. It's self-pres blind, like it's like uh you don't know what you're walking into. You're not being
Yeah.
self-protective.
Yes.
You just want the shock,
Yeah.
and you don't know that you might be risking your life or something.
Yes. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's like it's playing around too with the physical world. Like in
There
order to
there
have a
you go.
shock, you have to be touching or holding something to feel the vibrational shock
Yeah.
that it transfers to
So
you.
it's just totally flippant, yeah, to
Yes.
reality. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I am an unknown first 7, so I have both.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's weird when people have both, a lot of times they don't look like their ego type. It's
Sure,
hard to
sure.
see it.
All right. Well, yeah,
All
we might
right,
have to
that's
do
it.
another episode where we call people assholes or decide which ones are
For sure, we can rip
assholes.
people apart. I've got all these
Yeah,
27,
rip them a new
names
asshole.
to call
Yeah.
people.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
This
exactly.
was great.
All right.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah,
let's
this
be
was
in
fun.
touch. All right.